We made it. Hello. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Hello. How are we today? Good morning. It is 8:03 a.m. Pardon my delay. We are 3 minutes tardy. Pardon me, people. How are we? Today's topic is TikTok for speakers, leaders, and coaches who are ready to disrupt and impact. Speakers, leaders, and coaches and teachers, and all you change making folk who are in the business of disruption and impact. And the problem is, hello, the problem is you play small and you're afraid to talk about what you really want, your soul wants to talk about, what you're hungry to talk about. Thank you for those hearts. Hello, TikTok. Hello, darlings. How are you? How are you feeling? How are you doing? So I had a wonderful conversation with a speaker the other day. She's a keynote speaker. She speaks around the world. And she's powerful, just like you have gone to see keynote speakers who are wonderful and amazing and all the things. And she knows there are things that she wants to talk about that fall in the domain of taboo, right? That she knows would be a disruption and that would be highly impactful in a positive way. Now, it might not always feel so positive to everybody listening, especially those who have aversion to change. However, it is essential now, unless or else you will start to corrode internally. This is why it's eager to move now. This is why it's eager. This is why action is required now, because you will start to corrode. So there's the high of anticipation, right? And there's like a window of time that if you don't make a move, because life is lifing all the time, regardless of if you think you're sitting still or you're taking your time, you're researching, your whatever is the story that one could tell themselves when they're sitting in that window of time where procrastination could be. It could just very gradually and slowly turn into artificial delay. Okay. And so while you think you're waiting, while you think you're procrastinating, or even if smart women, we have such intelligent stories for why we wait. And we sound so thoughtful when we're telling ourselves or one another why we're not hitting the gas on speaking about these taboo subjects on TikTok or anywhere else that we are hungry to talk about them. Taboo subjects like power and the nuance of that, sexual healing for women, and all the layers and the way that you would talk about it as a speaker, right? What is it that you are looking to say that you're not saying yet? Think about it, right? And how does it feel to imagine yourself talking about that on a TEDx stage? How does it feel talking about that in front of a group of leaders in Africa? How does it feel talking about that on TikTok? Right? So when we start talking about these taboo subjects, when we feel it, visualize it, there's a high sensation that rises. There's a high sensation. Yesterday inside the God Power Workshop, we talked about fear equals high sensation. At the end of the day, when you think about, thank you for the compliment, when you think about whenever you feel scared of something, well, I feel scared. Oh, I'm nervous. I don't know. I'm scared. Well, how are you feeling in that state? How are you feeling in that state? You have high sensation in your body. And when we don't know how to navigate high sensation, we will manufacture delay. So we'll waste our life. Okay? Uh, there's no such thing as being canceled. There's no such thing as being canceled when you are running your own show, first of all. If your check comes from somebody else, what you mean is somebody else stopped paying me. Is that what you mean? Because when you are speaking truth and you're doing truly impactful work and you create your own check, nobody can cancel you. because your followers always want to hear what you have to say. And if your fear of being canceled is stopping you, then you on the wrong train. You're on the wrong train. And if that can stop you, you're not really chosen. So go talk about something more comfortable, because I don't want to be canceled. So let me go talk about, right? So you shouldn't even be on this live, possibly. I don't know your story, so I can't say that fully, but it's a strong possibility that this is not the live stream for you. And that's okay. You're on TikTok. You can go waste your time somewhere else. And if you're here and you're my people, you're not wasting your time. But if you're here and you're not my people, you are wasting your time. So you can go waste it somewhere else, okay? That's why we're here, to learn how to handle ridicule. This is not about avoiding ridicule. You become the topic of scrutiny and ridicule. Exactly. My company helps you navigate that. Do you understand that the topic and the point is not to stop because of ridicule? Just give up then. That's what I mean. If ridicule and scrutiny and scared of being the topic of scrutiny, if that stops you, I'm not the one for you. And that's for everybody listening, not just the person who commented. Okay? Because when you are any kind, I'm saying speaker, leader, coach, but you could be a teacher, you could be a healer, you could be a shaman, you could be a doctor, okay? Who's like, we've been cured cancer. All this other shit is just money making schemes, okay? We been know what it take to cure. This is what it take to cure. Yeah, scrutiny. You're a subject of ridicule and scrutiny. Yeah. So how does one navigate that? That's what we're here talking about today. So let's get into some practicals of how. First of all, is this something that's burning in your gut to bring forward? Is it burning your gut? Does not talking about it drive you mad? And when I say mad, I mean that literally. You get sick, you break out in hives, you get colds, you don't sleep well, you're unwell. Does not talking about it drive you mad? There is a difference between somebody just being mad because this and that, but fear of being canceled will keep your mouth shut. That's very different. That person who can be feared, scared into keeping their mouth shut because I don't want to be the subject of ridicule and canceled, and that person is a very different person than the person who gets sick, literally, if they don't speak. It burns in their gut. They can't sleep and they deteriorate. They will tell you. They start to deteriorate because it's in their, literally built into their system to bring forward this disruption. That is a very different individual. That is a very different individual. We are not the same. So first of all, discern that. If you just think something need to be talked about because society is this and because your problem is this and because this, yeah, I'm sick and tired of this and somebody need to talk about it and somebody need to tell the truth, because that person, all they need is to have a few drinks and go sit in a circle and talk about it to feel a little better. That's all you need. The rest of us need a goddamn strategy for how we gonna come out here on the internet and in real life and speak and move people and monetize, because we are in the business of disruption and impact. That's a very different individual. We need very different minds. We need long game thinking. We need emotional refinement. We need to be with our likeness. That's who this is for. So first of all, which one are you? Which one are you? Are you just mad about the way things are today and you just need to go sit in a goddamn jacuzzi, have some drinks, go travel somewhere, laugh, remember, oh, how wonderful life is, and you gonna be good? You just need a little something to soothe you? Or you somebody who your hair start falling out when you don't speak what the fuck you need to speak? You lose your appetite. Your pussy dry up. You can't sleep. You can't function right. Nothing else matters. It's a very fucking different individual. This is why I don't, motherfuckers be in the comments saying stuff. They don't get it. I can tell by even what you saying, you don't get it. Like if I put up some content and you were to say that shit in my comments, I wouldn't even respond. So the answer is to get with your likeness. Listen, I'm getting ready to get up out of here. Um, so I have a 3-month opportunity for who I'm here for, who I just described, for us to really go all in on TikTok. You can go all in wherever you want. The reason why I'm focusing on TikTok is because it's where organic reach is hot right now. Okay, I'm telling you, listen, I am currently on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, and TikTok. I have not gotten super active on LinkedIn, but that is on the plan. I have started posting content there, but not hardly hot and heavy. Okay. TikTok, like for example, just in the last 3 days, I've gotten like 40 new I don't even know the number, but I know it's been at least 40 on TikTok. I could have a video, like I have a video that got over what I don't even know at this point, but over 3,000 views. Between that video and some other ones that's still getting collectively, I say over the last week, I've gotten over 125 followers. That ain't happening nowhere else. I'm getting messages. People are signing up for my workshops. The new people who are coming in, so I can start nurturing those. These are using TikTok as one way that we are getting these disruptive messages out. And there's a strategy behind that. I just had a video banned on TikTok 2 days ago. They removed it and told me that I violated community standards 2 days ago. And basically it was talking about, I'm not going to even say it. I don't want to. So the point is, we need to know how to navigate these platforms because we get banned, we get shut down. This thing already for 2 weeks, like about a month and a half ago. So when you are truly disrupting, you get banned. Okay, they take down your content. This platform took down 15 of my posts already. So I did some research and find out there's certain words they don't like. That's why I'll spell or do something else to try to communicate it. So this is what we're going to learn inside of the 3 months together. How to navigate specifically TikTok to get these disruptive messages out. Practice it here in preparation for us to speak it offline. For those of us who are speaking around the world, like the keynote speaker I spoke with the other day. Okay. If you want to communicate with me, you need a profile photo. Fuck. Grown people. Are you going to come to a networking event with a bag on your head? If you want to talk to people, have a face. Yeah, darling, you are one of millions who have lived the lonely life. Let me share this. So first of all, let me finish. I'm gonna say something, and then I want to say something to the people who are as lonely, as hard as you. Okay, because listen, I talked about this earlier this week. I think about I felt the burden and the weight of coming out onto the internet, speaking disruptive. This is okay. I felt the burden. It comes with the territory. But before I share, hold on. So for 3 months, we're going to work together. We're going to focus on how to articulate disruptive topics online in an impactful way that grows your viewership. Okay. We're going to work on the darker hidden stuff that gets in the way of us coming out, that makes us create fake delay. So the promise at the end of this 90 days is that you will be out even before the 90 days is over. You will be out on TikTok or wherever you want to be. We're going to focus on TikTok though. Just know that. We're focusing on TikTok because that's where it's hot right now. This window of hotness of TikTok will pass. And when it's over, everybody who missed out will have missed out. The same way people who didn't get active on Instagram and now TikTok, Instagram is hella hard to grow on TikTok, on Instagram right now. If you're not already big with like 50,000, or at least 10,000, it's hard. Okay. TikTok, you can come on here brand new with no followers, put up a video and get 50 followers in a day. That ain't happening nowhere else. And so you're going to learn from me, and we're going to learn together because you're going to be studying too, how to work. Because I don't want to get too far into it, but what you say, the text that you put on the screen, and your caption, all of that marking you, right? And learning all the behind the scenes of what makes things go. Because on TikTok, the For You page is where it happens. And if those first, like, say, 100 people don't respond, that dictates how your video moves. And so you get immediate feedback on how to tweak based on the disruptive topics that you want to bring forward. Okay. So not only are we going to be learning all this practical stuff that may seem kind of boring and whatever, hashtags, texts, all that, but then also the you, the part of you that is afraid to disrupt, the part of you that is concerned about, how am I gonna, who am I, right? And really getting clear about what your true message is so you don't let your fear dilute the message. So, anyway, it's 3 months. We start January, but we're gonna have a VIP session next Thursday. Okay. If you want the link for details, send it to me. The investment is $595 per month. $595 per month. Okay. We're having a VIP session next Thursday where we're going to put together a quick start plan that you're going to start applying immediately in preparation for us to start meeting regularly the first week of January, which is just about 4 weeks away. Don't let January fool you. Okay? So DM me to find out more about that. This is what I want to say in closing. So you guys remember that movie, The Secret? Movie that got viral, and then they wrote a book. And do you remember the white woman on there who talked about feng shui? Remember her? I don't remember her name. Marie Diamond? Maria Diamond? Marie Diamond. That's her name. She was from like Sweden or something. White woman from, don't quote me on the Sweden part, but you got Marie Diamond, remember, right? She talked about feng shui and all that on The Secret. I met her at a speaking event. We were both speaking on the same stage in Albania years ago. And I had a moment of one-on-one time to talk with her. Now, to give you some backstory about Marie Diamond that you may not know, is she was outcast from Europe for years for speaking disruptive topics. Okay, I don't remember if it was several countries, if it was one country, but this is, if you go research, you find this stuff out. Okay, Marie Diamond was on The Secret. If you go watch The Secret, you'll see her. She had the shorter, curly, like blonde hair, and she had the accent. I don't know, I can't remember where she's from, but she was ousted from Europe, and that's part of how she ended up in America for some time. And she eventually was able to go back, but boom, that's the price you pay, potential price you pay, being a disruptive speaker, leader. She's still very much doing her work, still famous, still speaking all over the world, high paid, okay? And it comes with the territory of disrupting things truly, especially when you're a woman. Oh my God. Girl, the feminine is a whole, when you start really emanating divine feminine and speaking from that, you get, girl, okay? That's why I've been studying, okay, how to navigate this particular platform, because after I seen how they've been doing with my content on topics and things, I'm like, oh, okay, see, okay. So anyway, she and I happened to be speaking on the same stage, and I had a moment to speak with her one-on-one because the agenda told all the speakers to meet in the lobby of the hotel where the event was, and people were late and confused, and she and I happened to be the only people who met in the right place at the right time. Coincidence, right? So she and I were sitting waiting for everybody to arrive, and we started talking, and I was like, I'd like to share something with you, because at that time I was dealing very much still with the fear of being killed. I got to be careful with that word. But at the time, I was still very much dealing with the fear of what I just said, and what you guys are on here talking about being the subject of ridicule and canceled and da 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 da. That was still very much in me. I think this was like 2017. Yeah, I think this is like 2017 because I was living in Paris at the time. And I was like, so I said to her, so I was like, that's like my fear right now, like those things. She was like, join the club. I mean, and she was so dismissive, not in a mean way, but just like okay, that's all of us. Get on with it. You know what I mean? Marie Diamond on The Secret, famous, round the world, well paid, said to me, "What? Welcome to get on with it. It comes with the territory." So this is why, and not even just what she said, but what I've experienced with myself. It's like after you sit behind fear for a long time, and I'm saying this in my experience. Everybody has a different experience. I'm saying in my experience, sitting behind fear for a long time and just sitting and waiting. And every time I question myself sincerely about why I'm waiting, the only topic is fear. And I'm like, fear of what? And then I break that down. And one of the things that like really works for me every single time is like, and this is why I say you got to really discern who you are. Because if you're just somebody who mad because some system shit is going on, of course you're going to live behind fear for the rest of your life. So I'm not even talking to you. But for those of you who it burns your gut, your hair has been falling out, you don't sleep, your pussy has dried up, it's even fucked with your fertility because it's in your system so hardwired for you to bring this forward that if you don't do it, you know, you go down, you start to deteriorate, okay? You need to look at if you were to be killed, canceled, attacked, whatever, ousted from America, ousted from some country the way Marie Diamond was, and all of that happened because you were really doing the thing that you came here for, don't you think you would find great peace and comfort in that? Knowing that you were doing what you came here for? And that at some point, some way, the door and the way will be made? Because, like I said, Marie Diamond was ousted from Europe and she still came over here to the US and found her whole new way and blew up on The Secret. No, I'm not saying that's exactly what's going to happen for you, but what I have often come to myself saying is, Naomi, if you were to be KILLED or harmed or something in some kind of a way, wouldn't it be worth it if you were really doing what you came here to do? And the answer is absolutely, undoubtedly yes. That's where my peace, true peace would be. True peace. Not the peace you think you have hiding behind fear and smallness and artificial delay. Real peace, like I find peace even in just knowing that, saying that. That's a very different individual. So I leave you with that. Join the motherfucking club. Everybody is concerned about being canceled and loneliness and da 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 da. And what? You keep it moving. You keep it going. This is why my program exists. My community exists. We are around for the long game. Period. This is what it takes. All right. So be in touch with me if you like details about Speak. That's the name of the 3-month opportunity for focusing on TikTok to bring your disruptive messages forward, refine them, get really good online, to also refine your speaking, your keynote speaking, coaching, leading, healing offline. So you DM me. We're having a VIP day next Thursday. That's a week from today. It's going to be on Zoom. It's going to be recorded. We're going to go deep into your planning for you and your message. Okay? All right. I'm out of here, Facebook.